You felt aimless the last few years? You're not alone. I felt like that too, until I decided to leave the US. I'd lost all my ambition, all my desire for personal growth. The only thing I cared about was earning income. The only goal that I really cared about was earning enough money and investing and saving enough that we didn't have to work anymore, because that was the only thing that we cared to focus on, was to not have to work. That's the only goal that we had. I even spent a long time working in a career that I loved, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. But every year the cost just kept going up. We earned more money. It just didn't seem like it made a difference. We couldn't seem to keep up with inflation. I stopped thinking about how I could create a life that I wanted and started thinking about how I could just find one. It seemed easier. But the more that we studied how to do this and what it was going to take, the more we realized that to become the people that we wanted to be, it was going to cost the people that we were. We had to give everything up. We fit everything that we wanted to keep in a few suitcases, and we left. But you know what? We immediately felt better. It's funny, you don't realize how much space that stuff takes up in your mind. And we arrived here in Albania, and it is so beautiful. Everything was overwhelming, but it was all very interesting. And eventually things became familiar. We started walking miles a day. You walked to get groceries, you walked to get coffee, you walked to get language lessons. We walked for fun. And along with all that walking came the benefits of that. You start to feel better, you lose weight. I started to feel more social. I started to feel ambitious again. Stuff I wanted to achieve. I hadn't felt like that in years. That's why I'm even talking to you here in the first place. Was I going to make content in the US about how I hated my life in the suburbs? Real interesting. No, we had to do something that was hard, but really rewarding. They say smooth seas never made a strong sailor. Well, I say, give me some spinach, because I feel like Popeye the Sailor Man right now. Toot toot. I am not suggesting you sell everything you own and move to Albania. I'm not selling you anything. This isn't even an option for most people. It's certainly not a solution for everybody. I'm really just trying to say that for several years I felt like I was in a rut and there wasn't really anything that I had hope for. I didn't see a way out and I kind of lost myself. It took doing something kind of radical to remind me that I could find my way back. This isn't advice, but if there's any advice that I could offer you, it's just not to settle when you aren't happy. Look, I don't know what's going to help you, but I bet if you spend enough time thinking about it, you do. So why don't you go do it? Like and follow for more.